This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I am here with Resolution Research. Since 1990, they have been providing both qualitative and quantitative market research for businesses across the nation. I'm here with the founder and CEO. Nina, thanks so much for joining us here today. Let's start off a little bit about yourself. You have really a quarter of a century in the data collection. Kind of strange to hear that, I imagine. Share with me a little bit how you got involved and got started in this industry.
Okay, basically I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and I had worked with different, throughout my college career I worked in advertising, and then I ended up working with different entrepreneurs myself who were capital investors, and ended up running one of their companies right off the bat and really learned the power of the telephone and mail and just communications, and knew that I'd found my niche. And so it kind of went from there. I put an ad way back when in the Yellow Pages, and my first client was the College Board.
Interesting. Let me ask you, obviously 25 years, you've experienced what people are now saying, we have arrived at the information age. We are here. Information is powerful. It is knowledgeable. But quite honestly, it's more than just information. We're talking about accurate, meaningful, and well-organized information. Is that what makes it powerful?
Absolutely. You have to have exact data, real quality, and a commitment to doing that, which I think is one of the reasons that we have been in business for so many years, is that we really care about the quality of the data that we collect and making sure that it's done properly.
Wonderful. They say that getting ready is really the secret to success. Quite honestly, data is an indispensable solution. It's basically something that is powerful for businesses out there. I don't care what industry you come from. Share with me a little bit, why is it that people need the data to make decisions and basically put their company forward?
Sure. Well, if you don't have the data to make decisions, you're kind of going on a hunch or gut instinct, and that's really rolling the dice. So if you care to go to Las Vegas and roll $100,000 on an idea, that's great, but otherwise you really need to collect data, collect people's opinions, what's going to work, what isn't going to work, whether that is a logo or a new product launch or opening of a new business or a new drug.
Interesting. Your team here has decades of experience. Basically, they're able to provide different methodologies as well as services. Let's go back to that first one you spoke of, the telephone. Why is the telephone still a very powerful tool in this industry?
Well, if you must get someone's attention, not everybody responds to emails. We're sort of can be inundated with emails. So oftentimes we have to do, it's really multi-mode methodology where we use the telephone for outreach. Sometimes we will also do telephone in-depth interviews. We always use a telephone when we're scheduling. So if we have a focus group at a particular time, we talk to the person in person, make sure they're who they say they are, and know how to get there.
As we moved into the technology age, we started utilizing the internet, online web surveys. Are these able to collect more data about folks, even with multimedia and that type of format?
Well, yes. All the tools actually are very good. The internet allows us to profile people. Like we have two different panels. One is really more for consumers, and the other is for medical professionals. And when a person goes to the website, they enter their data, they enter their profile, who they are, how many children they have, how long they've been in the business, how many patients they have, for example. And then once we have a study that sort of matches their criteria, if it's in Denver and we need moms from 35 to 50, for example, we can easily target those people. So it makes research more effective and easier to conduct.
How important is the selection process of the participants? Share with me a little bit about the recruitment process.
Sure. That's really probably the most important and parcel of everything that we do. We make sure that the person, like I said, is who they say they are. And if it's a professional study, a B2B study, a medical study, we can easily go online, check their LinkedIn. We have their license number, their NPI number, so we can really look in and make sure the person is who they say they are, and then just that they really qualify for the study. Because a lot of our studies pay large incentives, healthy incentives, I would say more than most panels for the studies that we do. So people, might want to try and qualify for that, so we make sure that they're really indeed qualified and do whatever we need to do to make sure that's the case.
Are all these projects, do they take place on the telephone or online, or are some of them actually in person, like that of a focus group or possibly a mock trial jury, those type of things? Are those done in person?
Yes, many are done in person. The mock trials are all, or the mock juries are all done in person, and we even do shadow juries where the person will go to the jury and participate the whole time that it's going on, and at the end of the study then they're engaged and ask about their opinion to help sort of, lead the attorney at the trial and provide guidance. For focus groups, taste tests, those are all in person, and taste tests are pretty popular. People love doing taste tests, and we've done a lot of those. Yeah.
I bet that would be great. That's payment right there, just being able to taste. Let me ask you this. You've seen some changes throughout the years here. How has social media made an impact here in this particular industry?
Wow, it has affected everything. I mean, social media affects everything. We use it in every element that we do, I would say, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. We have quite a following on Facebook, on Resolution Panel, and people can go there to see what studies that we're offering, as well as to our website for consumers, Resolution Panel, or the medicalpanel.com as well. They can go to the Facebook page too.
You provide a full-service company here, really a turnkey solution for companies out there. We're talking about the data collection, the tabulation, the analysis, the reporting. Really, does it take all of these pieces really to take the guesswork out of the boardroom?
It really does. You have to know what questions that you need to ask and make sure that they're asked in the proper manner so that you're not biasing the input. And you really have to have that data back, their clients do, in a way that's meaningful and usable and easy to use and interpret and share with their boardroom.
Wonderful. Each one of these methodologies, they really serve their own purpose and their benefit. Can these methodologies be blended together sometimes to create even a tighter picture?
Absolutely. Usually we do blended methodologies, I would say more so than not. Like we have a bulletin board focus group, which is an online focus group where people can upload pictures and videos and tell us about the product that they're using. From there, we might interview them by telephone. We might also send them an online survey. Depending on where it's held, we might have them come in person, or they might have to come in person to pick up their product in order to take that home and do the test.
Obviously, when it comes to data collection, we're talking about a pretty wide umbrella. We're talking about multiple industries out there. Share with me a few more.
Sure. We work in the tech industry and IT. Education, in fact, education has been sort of our backbone for 25 years. We've worked with hundreds of colleges. Healthcare, as I've mentioned, really anything that you can think of as far as...
And even government, if they're looking for data, you can put that together.
Yes, absolutely. We've worked with the state many times here in Colorado where we've collected data about hunting licenses and harvest and how people work with, our stoplights working properly and different slogans even like click it or ticket.
Your team has degrees, they have the experience, they're able to analyze this data for folks. What about companies out there that are looking for ongoing solutions, ongoing analysis? Are these panels that you're able to set up for them as well?
Yes, we also build custom panels. So if a particular company wanted to have a panel of their customers or a panel of their patients, we could brand and skin, so to speak, the website to reflect their particular company, or we could host them internally and send all communications branded vis-a-vis that company.
Wonderful. Like you said before, we're talking about even before a participant is asked the first question, those questions have to be done in a proper way, proper sequence, the way they're asked. Is that an important task on the front end that really needs to be done for each company, customized?
Absolutely. Some companies do provide us their own survey or design or study questionnaire, but if you don't ask the right questions, you will not get the right answers. The same is true with programming the data, because we program in-house as well. So if we program something and we forget to ask a question, it's just very elemental that the questions be correct and that the programming and the data collection is all correct, or you won't have good data.
One of the specific panels that you created was the medical panel. Share with me a little bit about that and who benefits.
Sure. It is for medical professionals, everyone from doctors, nurses, surgeons, dentists, chiropractors, EMTs, you name it. Anybody who is a medical professional is welcome to join that. And then we also have patients on the panel where we look for specific diseases and disease types because we do a lot of doctor-patient studies. For example, one that we're doing right now is with Parkinson's and movement disorders. So we have the neurologist and then we have the patients who have the disease, and we're getting both sides of the story, so to speak.
One of the industries that has been your expertise is that of the medical industry. Why did you choose the medical industry, and what are some of the services you provide for them?
Well, first off, my passion, I guess, is medical. I love science and medicine, and I really respect the industry, and especially today, it's just an exploding industry as far as technology goes. So we decided to set up the medicalpanel.com to engage medical professionals, but also to help medical professionals in any way that they may need as far as the research and marketing goes. For example, to survey their patients that they currently have, or if they're launching a new app, like one of our clients is housecalldentist.com, that we're surveying both dentists and patients in the New York City area to make sure that the dentists want to participate and go visit the patient in their home, and that the patient would be interested in doing that.
These medical professionals, they put a lot of time into their industry, and so therefore they get into business and they're great at what they do, but they haven't marketed what they do. Is that where someone like you comes in?
Absolutely. A lot of people, I think, kind of kid about sometimes doctors that because they're so specialist in their area, which is phenomenal and what we want them to be, they are not thinking about marketing. So we take the opportunity to help them do that, help get them on the right course, make sure that they're making their patients happy, and that if they need to expand or have different offices that they can do that, and really have a good web presence too. That's highly important in today's world.
Interesting. If we have a company out there that realizes that this information is out there, it just needs to be collected and tabulated, analyzed for their needs, how would they start with you? Do they contact you, and does this begin with a consultation?
Yes. They would contact us directly. We have an 800 number, which is 800-800-0905, or they may go to our website, which is resolutionresearch.com, and there's a contact us field, and just get a hold of us. They can even fill out a quote form online, but they're welcome to just call us and tell us what they're thinking about doing. And one thing that we're really great about, I think, is listening to what our clients want to achieve and being really creative and innovative as far as how we help them do that.
What about consumers out there that want to be on a panel as well? Is that something they can do? Can they contact you, and how are they managed, and how do they benefit?
Sure. It's really easy for consumers. All they have to do is go to resolutionpanel.com and sign up. And then they are sent emails that say, are you interested in participating in this study? They have to screen for every study because that's part and parcel of research, is making sure you have the right person. But then they fill out their information, and then if they're qualified, we invite them to participate. And they're actually paid vis-a-vis the panel, or depending if it's an in-person focus group, for example, we would, of course, distribute the cash at the end of the study or mail checks. It just really depends upon how it's conducted.
And also possibly able to taste something if that's needed. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is her website. On the website, first of all, you can take a look at the different services and methodologies they've been able to employ. We're talking about a company that began back in 1990, collecting the data for pretty much every industry out there. She has a specialty of that of the medical panel as well. You can take a look at the website. Their contact information is right there. One of the things that I notice is we're talking about a very it's very competitive right now for companies. Some would say almost chaotic. You're really able to give the clarity and confidence through market research. Is this something that's important to you as an entrepreneur?
Very much so. I just can't imagine starting a company or being a venture capitalist and trying to invest in a company if I didn't have research that says people want this product, people want this service, or that we should invest more money to move forward.
Wonderful. You basically say resolution is a succinct way of saying plans always begin with research. That is probably something that has kept you successful throughout the years.
Yes, absolutely. We definitely do our own research. We try to do it on everything that we do, even for names. Like recently, we have chosen a new logo. And so we researched our clients and asked them vis-a-vis a newsletter and then via LinkedIn as to which logo they preferred. And we haven't made that announcement yet, but we're about to.
You asked the right question. It sounds like the answer is out there.
Yes, absolutely.
Viewers, last time, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. You're going to see their contact information. They're located here in Denver, Colorado. They've been serving industries out there across the nation. This is the CEO and founder. The medical panel, you can find them online as well, if that is something. If you're a medical professional out there, they can help you really pull your resources together. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I'm here with the Matrix Marketing Group. Since 2002, they have been building highly predictable revenue funnels for companies here in Denver as well as nationwide. I'm here with Robin and Jem. Thanks so much, ladies, for joining us here today. Let's start off a little bit about yourselves, if we will. Robin, let's go ahead and start off with you. Basically, you have 15 years of experience here in the industry, actually even closer to 20 years. Let me ask, you've worked with clients like that of GE, also that of NASA, even the federal government. Why did you feel this was a good fit for you to bring your talents to that of Matrix Marketing?
I've worked for large organizations, I've worked for small organizations, and I came to Matrix Marketing Group because I saw a true need, and that marketing teams were deficient in either strategy or technology or just lack of staff. So I came on board Matrix Marketing Group to help companies and help people like myself be able to have predictable, efficient revenue growth. So.
Wonderful. Jem, you yourself, you have an experience when it comes to retail clients, even healthcare clients, really performance-driven in your past. Share with me a little bit how you got involved with the company.
Sure. You know, I met Robin, and immediately I could feel the passion that she had for the business, and it was contagious. So it was one of those things where I had to join because I wanted to be part of that success, and I saw, like Robin did, that there's a true need in the market for the services we have to offer.
Excellent. Obviously, when we're talking about companies out there, somewhere along the line, sales is recommended or highly needed probably to stay profitable. Obviously, the lifeblood of sales is that of lead generation. Tell me why it's important you guys start on day one with leads.
It all starts with leads, like you said. You know, if you could have a great product, but if no one knows about it, then you can't have a conversation. And if you can't have a conversation, then your chances of closing a piece of business is essentially zero. So to the extent that we can help drive leads to the business, that's what we do, and that's what helps grow your pipeline and ultimately your sales.
Excellent. We are talking about more than just leads here, though, Robin. We're talking about custom lead generation. Why is that important when folks are out there really controlling their resources, not only of money, but also of time?
Yeah, and what we do at Matrix is we support all stages of the funnel, so everything from the web visits and the inbound leads that are coming in all the way to the bottom of the funnel, supporting sales to help them close those leads.
Marketing as a service solution. What exactly does that mean? I mean, is this a model that has basically taken the forefront here in the industry?
You know, we think that we're actually kind of at the front of it. You know, there's certainly the whole notion of software as a service, and people are used to that idea. And we're redefining how marketing services are being delivered through marketing as a solution platform. And our clients like the fact that it's predictable. So it's a subscription model, so they know what they're paying for every month, and it's very upfront. And there's a clear return on investment.
Excellent. I mean, obviously you're taking these marketing solutions, able to provide those and really mesh them with the existing sales solutions that these companies have, really streamlining the whole process. Is that what makes it work?
Yes, I mean, we're finding most companies have some sort of gaps or deficiencies, so we're there to support it, whether they need a strategic aspect to it or some sort of staff to support it, and then helping them establish their technical foundation for that. So.
Getting more customers and getting them faster really is what happens when you're starting to fill those gaps up and making sure that you've got a streamlined process. Is that the results you've been getting?
Absolutely. And beyond that, really creating a frictionless model between marketing and sales, and identifying the gaps and shoring up those gaps and shortening the sales cycle as a result and closing more business on behalf of our clients. That's what we do day in and day out.
This revenue architecture that you put in place, you mentioned it earlier, Robin, one of those components is being not only outbound marketing or inbound marketing, but we're talking about the exclusion of both. Why is that important in a success model?
Because all the wheels need to be turning and working together. And, even if you have a really strong inbound marketing process, if you're not closing those deals, then it's really not helping you grow revenue. So you need to have support in all areas of the marketing and sales funnel.
I mean, it seems that consumers, customers, we are totally bombarded with information. I mean, are we really starting to tune out the traditional marketing of the past? And is this where your company shines?
Absolutely. People are much more in control of their own buyer's journey. And so to the extent that we can capitalize on those opportunities to intersect with them when they're looking for key information about your service or product is key. And then beyond that, the outbound piece is also important because you can't just wait for them to come. You've got to go out and seek them out proactively. So both sides of that have to work in order to complete the full picture.
So you really have to take an aggressive approach out there. I mean, obviously, consumers nowadays, we have so much information at our fingertips. They basically say that we have half of our information before we even talk to you, before we even reach out. It's pretty important that we have a visual exposure out there for these folks. Is that what you're finding?
Absolutely. And it all starts with the website because that's really the storefront of your organization. And so it's important to have that in perfect shape and reaching your buyers at all stages of their buyer's journey. So in making sure that you have content that is customized for each stage of the buyer's journey so that you're pulling them along and pushing them to sale.
That is great. I mean, I know for myself, when I'm at the first stage of that, doing my customer due diligence, if you will, I'm a little more open even to ideas, and I'm a little more open to your company than I would be later on down the time. To be out there during that due diligence, is that an important, critical time?
It absolutely is, because you want to be part of the consideration set. And to the extent that you have content that's relevant to your target audience is going to make you more of a thought leader in the space, and they're going to come to rely on you when they need the solution that you're offering.
Basically, this is a team effort. Most of our successful businesses out there are team efforts. Is that really what you push in the underlying mission?
Yes, and we really, we're not one of those agencies that specializes in a certain area. We focus on a lot of different areas within marketing because that's, a lot of the companies that we work with need a lot of support in a lot of different areas. So, and we also help them establish strategy along with all of those different pieces, as well as the execution of that. So
that is great. I mean, obviously your goal here is to get them to the point where they almost know what they're going to spend on marketing, and they know what kind of results it's going to bring.
Absolutely. That's key, and especially for small to mid-sized businesses, they need to understand that there's a predictable outlay of cash and that they're going to get a positive return on their investment, because that's how they're going to be able to grow their business. So we're big believers that marketing has to be able to pay for itself and beyond that grow revenue and be responsible for revenue growth.
Your 3D model is that of discover, design, and deliver.
What we find with other agencies is that they're very siloed. So they're either an expert in SEO versus digital versus content creation, and we really take all of that and create a one-stop shopping experience for our clients.
That is wonderful. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. First of all, on the website, learn a little bit more about this team. We're talking about a team approach that really gets on board with you and becomes one of your members. Not only a cheerleader, but basically putting together proven, predictable results for you. Basically, you can also take a look at the services they provide out there and also take a look at their pricing. Their pricing model is a little bit different maybe than what you've seen by the marketing out there. They really have listened to the folks that understand they're looking for results. They're very upfront about that, be it a basic or possibly pro or enterprise package you go with. Anywhere along that line, you really are knowing kind of what you're getting. And it's a streamlined process. Let me ask you for you're both, you mentioned at the beginning that of passion. It was kind of that underlying thing here. Is the idea that folks partner up with your company and they end up with someone who is really obsessed about their success and they are downright passionate about their success. Is that what makes it rewarding and fun for you?
Absolutely. It's the reason why we wake up every day. Is we are in the business of helping businesses grow. Period.
This is Gary Atencio from CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.